Episode 9 is set to end the Skywalker saga and the sequel trilogy itself by writer and director J.J. Abrams. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. So one thing that a lot of people are looking forward to seeing in this film has all to do with the first set of footage of Episode 9 in the form of a teaser trailer or BTS reel or anything that'll give us an overall sense and or idea of J.J. Abrams' vision and the overall tone of this movie. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. However, what's really intriguing has all to do with the teaser trailer. Now, you guys may have heard about this a couple of days ago, that Disney was actually negotiating with CBS and they were trying to get a slot into the Super Bowl on February 3rd to debut a couple of slots of 30-second slots for Episode 9 related content in the form of a teaser being split into 3 parts throughout the entire Super Bowl. Now, there is a bit of bad news about all of this because it all has to do with Disney not coming to an agreement with CBS, most likely due to money concerns and all that and how much they had to spend on the adverts. And if you look at everything else here, there's also another thing that actually comes into play is because they're already focusing on Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame content, as well as Spider-Man Far From Home. A lot of Marvel content is being used at the Super Bowl. So if you think about it this way, when it comes to Episode 9 related content, just because Disney has the money, and I know that this is a major thought right now, we do know that Disney has the money to spend on an advertisement for Star Wars Episode 9. But just because Disney actually has this money, it doesn't necessarily mean that they want to spend actual said money. You know, why spend the money if you don't necessarily have to, especially that much? I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Super Bowl advertisements, they spend a lot of money, and they're already spending lots of it on Marvel-related content. So, if you think about it this way, it does kind of make sense as to why they did not come to this agreement on the Super Bowl. Now, like I said, a couple of days ago, they were in negotiations with CBS. They were trying their very hardest to get some slots in there. I know that Pepsi got in the way a little bit as well. They got some slots before Disney actually came to an agreement and actually met the deadline. So with Star Wars as a whole, it makes more sense for them to debut anything on ABC. And honestly, I kind of found it weird why they would even be negotiating with CBS, because CBS isn't owned by Disney. We do know that it didn't work too well for Solo: A Star Wars Story. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the whole marketing technique for Solo: A Star Wars Story during the Super Bowl of last year, it didn't work that well. It was a tease of a teaser, basically. The next day we got the full teaser trailer, and nobody really recalled of what actually happened during the Super Bowl, so it didn't really work too much. If you ask almost anybody, you will actually meet, the same opinions that it didn't work that well for the Super Bowl for Solo. So when it comes to Episode 9 related content, it's all about dropping it randomly from what it seems, or on ABC during a major event, a channel which Disney owns, which makes more sense to me. So I'm kind of let down because I was really looking forward to some kind of Episode 9 related content. They're not coming to an agreement because of money and all that, and how much it actually costs for an advertisement. And the thing here is this, if you think about it this way, they're already spending money on Marvel-related content. I guess they also want to steer clear away from, mixing Star Wars and Marvel stuff at the Super Bowl, because if you think about it like this, if they have Avengers Endgame, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man Far From Home, and other content out there that belongs to them, I think it's that they fear that Episode 9 would get lost in the mix, where I believe that it would be a great way to do things at the Super Bowl. Now, I don't know if they're going to choose to do things over at the Oscars. That's another thing I'm not quite sure about. A lot of people don't really tune into that, at least not the younger audience necessarily. And people aren't really going there to watch commercials. So, when we look at everything here for Disney and Lucasfilm, I think that what they need to do right now is they have to jump on their marketing ASAP when it comes to that title reveal, which, by the way, is dropping in the very near future. It could be pretty much, just weeks from now, or maybe even a week from now. But everything going on for episode 9, guys, let me know what you think about all of this, because I think that when we look at everything that Disney and Lucasfilm has been doing with this film, they're trying to really kind of keep everything silent in order to build up the anticipation, just like how it was with The Force Awakens. However, with The Force Awakens, we got that teaser trailer, back in November of 2014, right from the get-go. And people got to realize that that was against J.J. Abrams' will. So I think that J.J. Abrams and crew do have a hand in, of course, Disney's techniques here and there. As far as them, not meeting the whole entire, agreement here, and not wanting to spend a whole lot of money on this advert, since it's going to be a very short thing for episode 9 related content at the Super Bowl. It seems as so that we might not get anything at the Super Bowl on February 3rd, because number one, something to do with the deadline. Number two, Pepsi wants the slots, and they're going to be paying a whole lot more money. And number three, they want to actually just stick it to Marvel-related content with Spider-Man, Avengers, and Captain Marvel. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.